So, your Ryzen computer has slow boot up times and you want to speed them up? Let me show you how. I'll show you exactly what to turn off in your BIOS in order to get some quick posting times. But first, watch my system now. Let me get set up to hit the delete key so I can enter BIOS. Now, that Windows 11 just shut down. You'll see a cursor, a blinking cursor in the upper left in a moment here. And probably in the other corner. Now a beep, and there it goes. That's a pretty fast post for a Ryzen 5 system. And as you can see, this is a MSI B550 Pro board. But I'm going to show you the actual BIOS things to turn off here. So yeah, let me switch to my other camera and let's get started on that. Alrighty, we are now staring at the BIOS of the B550 Pro with the latest BIOS build date 8/11/2022. I'm running a Ryzen 5 3600. So here's what you want to do if you got slow booting on the Ryzen system. First, if I pan over here, you'll notice something right off the bat. That is a 3 terabyte Seagate USB drive with a 3.0 hub on it. Now that is going to adversely affect your boot times because the drive in this thing has to spin up every time I turn the system on. That's going to slow the boot time down. What you do there is in your boot priority, make sure USB hard disk is turned off or disabled. So what we go here is go to System and Boot Settings, and if you notice, I still have USB hard disk as a boot option. What you can do is if you right click, you can set it as a favorite, but if you click it and go to disabled, that means it won't pull that device for a boot. It won't spin it up. And let's see, there's another thing that we could turn off here. Let's go to advanced. Oh, let's see, integrated peripherals. You can, if you're not using the onboard audio, disable it. That'll help you with your boot time. USB configuration. This is the most important. Notice this right here. Let me zoom in. USB configuration, it shows 1 mouse and 5 hubs. It does not show my hard drive. How did that happen? Right there's the magic solution. You keep XHCI handoff to enabled, leave that alone, but legacy USB support, turn that off. If that is disabled, then all legacy slash CSM formatted hard drives and USB drives will no longer be seeked and detected at boot. But as you can see, even with legacy USB support disabled, my mouse runs fine. This keyboard, this is an old Dell keyboard, it's dirty as hell, I gotta clean it. That is a PS2 keyboard instead of a USB, so that is unaffected as well. So if you disable that, your boot times will also be shaved down considerably. Serial ports. If you don't have a serial port, might as well disable it. Power management, nothing really specific there. Let me go to OS configuration real quick. Now, yeah, I got a GOP driver for my graphics card. Secure boot is enabled for standard, because I run a Windows 11. Wake up events. This, I like to have my computer wake up on certain events, but some settings you might have in your BIOS, some of these you won't, but most of them, especially if you're running an MSI board, you are going to have them. So just make sure, in order to speed up your boot times really quick, and I mean really quick, you want to disable UEFI hard disk. You want to disable UEFI USB hard disk Make sure that's disabled. And it does not appear in your boot order. Right there, as notice it says disabled. Turn that off, and also you can also disable legacy USB support. All of that will take care of slow boot times. And let me show you real quick. I noticed I changed the USB hard disk to disabled. I'm gonna click yes, and it's gonna save. Now watch. We're at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We should get a cursor in the upper right hand corner, but it probably won't appear because my monitor is asleep. There it is. Cursor is there for 3 seconds and it's gone. And there's my post beep. And now it's booting to Windows 11. And that's all it takes. Change those settings in your Ryzen system, and this is about the fastest boot you can get. Now the newer Ryzen motherboards, the 490, 470, for the Zen 4 processors, that's going to be a little bit tricky because that's newer hardware. It's DDR5. There might be some more excessive memory training going on in that platform. So yeah, we're going to see slow boot times on Ryzen 7000 series for at least 6 to 8 months, probably, before, because it's newer technology and they got to iron out all the bugs on it. But if you're running Ryzen 3000, 5000, anything from Zen 1, Zen 2, Zen 3 architecture, there you go. You can improve your BIOS. You can improve your boot time considerably with just turning off a few options. And they mostly relate to detecting USB. That's why you get the cursor in the corner. That cursor in the corner means that your BIOS is checking USB devices, looking to see if it can boot off them. And then if it can't, it proceeds with post normally. Let me put in my PIN number here. So yeah, if you liked what you see, go ahead and ring the bell and hit the subscribe button, and there'll be more tech tips from Bat Rastard. Thanks for watching.